Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the first news stream in this year. It's been like 2 weeks into 2024, and we are slowly gaining speed and moving on with our mission with Walken project and the queues. And today I would like to discuss what's been happening around during these a couple of weeks of the new year, and also answer the most burning questions you have in the community. Before we start, please let me know if you can hear me. I see there are some people already here, and we'll wait for a couple of minutes for more to join. I'll be waiting for your feedback regarding the sound and the picture if you like to comment on it. Okay, thank you. And let's briefly discuss the agenda for today. Like I've said, we'll discuss the news in Walken for around the 2 weeks that have passed recently. There hasn't been much, but still precious little things we have. And then we'll move on to the Q&A part. We have collected your questions from Discord for 3 weeks, I think. I have them all in one place, so we'll be touching upon all of them one by one. And also the comments you'll be sending during the stream, I will also go back to them and answer as much as I can. Right. I think that's it. But one more thing. Join the channel and remember to put a thumb up if you're enjoying this stream. And thank you for coming today, for finding the time to join. It's really wonderful to have you all here, and also those who will be listening to the stream in recording. Okay, I see that sound and picture is good. Thank you for the feedback, and ready to start. Well, probably number one news of recently we've had is the listing on Radium. Radium is a Solana DEX, and the second DEX we have Walken listed on officially. And this listing, what makes it special is that this is the first Solana DEX we have, and it's much more convenient, probably, for many of players to use Radium without any bridges or any additional movements to swap Solana into Walken. Sorry, not Solana, but swap on Solana. And with the trend in global crypto community moving towards DEX rather than ZEX is pretty remarkable for us to be on Radium, and the timing is quite good. We hope this listing will make the token more visible and easier accessible for the global community, which in turn gives the token potential to rise and to gain more value. Let us know in the comments if you're using any DEX. Pretty interested in your opinion. And yep. So this is more of a strategic movement rather than directly related to the game, but for the token, it's quite significant. That's it for this, I think. Next one, we've had Fusion Mania Week event with discounted prices and 300,000 raffle. It has ended, I believe, this Tuesday, but we have announced results only a couple of hours before. So if you haven't checked it, please do. Maybe you're the winner. The prizes hasn't been distributed yet, and I hope we'll be able to do it today by the end of the day. Yeah, I think the event was fun, and judging by your activity, it really went down well with you as well. Let us know what events you would like to see in the future. Comment your ideas, and I will be happy to read them. Maybe we'll make some ideas come true. Generally, these kind of events are fun and are always welcome. Like, you have limited time for making a regular activity a bit more exciting and with a chance to earn extra prizes. Extra prizes are always welcome, I think. So, how did you like it? Did you participate it? Thank you for your comments. I see the comment from Paul. I'm using Radium. It's a great DEX. Uh, Question, when Walken Blast? We'll be speaking about it later, but if you have asked, I will tell it now. Walken Blast, we've been testing the final version for some time, and as far as we can see now, no critical bugs are here, and we're pretty ready to start. But Fridays are not the days for first releases, so we're postponing it till next week. I hope it will be Monday or Tuesday, but at at worst case scenario, it will be something around Thursday. So stay tuned. And this will be, oh, I think this will be your favorite Q's game because Blast is pretty cute. It's pretty like exciting to play. It's not that monotonous as Walken Blocks or not that predictable as Walken Runner. Well, you know that Walken Runner doesn't have many levels. So if you're playing it regularly, it can become sort of monotonous and boring to play, but Walken Blast is much more exciting in that way. I have completed 15 levels, I suppose, my personal record. Right. I see your questions and we'll be touching upon them pretty soon. Let me just check if we have discussed everything. Oh, one more thing. Yesterday's news about the PvP reward tiers updated. It wasn't a sort of a big event, but some change that needed to be announced in order not to have you confused about these new additions. So what happened basically is that based on your feedback and on Clan's feedback, we have added two new like bids. You can call it bid, I think. One for duos and one for Isle Clash. For duos, this was the League 8 bid ahead of the unlimited one to, well, basically to add some utility to catholics that are stronger but not strong enough to be fighting in the unlimited bid. Now we have one more bid for them, and another one is for Isle Clash, and it is the return of the 500 Misbury bid. Many of you have been commenting about it, and even in Discord there was such suggestion. I remember it. So we've heard your voices and got it back. Once we got this bid back, some balance adjustments to the remaining tiers were required. So the whole thing has become cheaper, and if you've been looking to start Isle Clash but was kind of afraid to lose too much in case you won't be that much lucky, now it's become more easier. As for the Isle Clash, that wasn't, well, I've read comments something like that wasn't what we expected from you regarding the mechanic update and so on, but it wasn't intended as a major update to the mechanic or something like that. It was just a small addition to honor your requests, so to say, and to make your voices heard. We'll be taking a closer look at Isle Clash, and to tell the truth, the participation rate we now have is not something we've been looking for when we build this mode. we were hoping for much greater participation. And this means that something must be done with the mode to make it more attractive and more exciting. So please let me know in the comments if you're playing Isle Clash, and if you don't, give the reason why you don't. We'll be like redesigning it, so to say. We'll be finding ways to make it better, and your comments will be of great value for this. Okay. So I believe that's it on the events. Like I've said, there wasn't much, but we're gearing up for more things, for greater things in the future. Okay, let me read your comments now. Hi, are you working on a new game with a new token? Right now, we don't. We don't like have plans for making another token. It's only Walken, and as far as I know, it will remain so. We are working on brainstorming new games for the queues. That's right, but before anything else will be taken into production, we would very much like to release Walken Blast and finally let you experience it. The game is super cool, and really every extra day of delay breaks my heart, and doing everything possible to make it came out as soon as we can. Blast adds, yes, it does. The system is pretty much the Walken runner. When you complete a level, you have a choice to get a sort of booster that will boost your uh, in-game character to. Well, if you have seen the gameplay, the Walken Blast gameplay, the thing is that you cast a lightning ball and like collect Catholics from the field with the help of this lightning ball. So if you would like to make this ball stronger to uh, have more XP or damage, you can say, well, to collect these Catholics faster, basically, you would need to watch one ad after each level. I took part in the fusion event, didn't win, but got a great cat. That's great. Let us know which cat that was. I hope it was a legend. Will you change the PvE system? Chests are decreasing because no revenue anymore. Right. Let's then move on to the questions, because this one was asked on Discord as well, and we'll be tackling this, of course. Athletic games have been a subject for discussion for a very long time, I think for a couple of months, and generally the sentiment is not positive, if we put it mildly. And we are keeping a close eye on what you're discussing in the community and on your feelings toward the mode. And we can see that you're getting, well, not everyone, but there are pretty many players that are getting quite disappointed by this mode. So obviously some change is needed, and this change will happen, and we are working on it already. I unfortunately can't tell you for sure what's going to be, because it's not finalized yet, and I just don't want to spread misinformation that will confuse you. But one thing for sure, that athletic games won't remain the same that they are now. We will be changing them, and the change will be complex. It will, well, not only athletic games will be changed, but the change will be part of a greater update that will have several aspects involved, and each aspect hopefully will make the other one more excited. So let me tell you what it will be. First, we'll have Fusion updated. If you have been following our Twitter, something around a week ago, we posted a Cathlet, like a disco Cathlet with laser eyes. If you have seen it, please uh, comment something like disco Cathlet in the comments. So this Cathlet will be part of the updated Fusion that will be rolling out. Well, my guess is something around 2 weeks, but maybe earlier. So you will be able to get a pretty new, unique Cathlet out of Fusion. The mechanics isn't something revolutionary. I bet you have seen this in other games. A unique character or item drop from Fusion-like mechanics, just spicing up the game and making it more interesting and more worthy to engage. Then we'll have Athletic Games update, but like I've said, can't be very specific about it. And one thing about the Isle Clash tournaments are coming. There will be 3 leaderboards, like we have now for duels. The same will be for Isle Clash separate leaderboards, and this means we'll have 6 leaderboards in total, and we'll need rewards also. So we're increasing the tournament reward pool 10 times, and well, because now rewards in tournaments are pretty much tokens of appreciations rather than something worth fighting for, to be honest. So we're making it more appealing, more attractive, more worthy to fight for them. And a 10th time increase sounds like a good place to start. One more thing is that you remember energy milestones, dual energy milestones, those 3 jars. We're adding another one, and this another one will be about Isle Clash. And the price for completing this fourth milestone will be a opportunity to participate in a raffle, weekly based raffle, with a prize pool. Oh, can't say which prize pool, but it's really nice. And providing that not so many players can get there during the first week once we launch it, and even during the second week, I believe, if you will be among them, you will have a pretty good chance for winning. So just keep your eyes peeled for updates. I think that's it. And since we're introducing Isle Clash tournaments and energy milestones, obviously we would make sure that Isle Clash is better and you like it more. So hence we'll update the mechanics based on your feedback. So if you please let us know what you would like to see Isle Clash, to like to start playing if you're not playing, or to continue playing, or if you're liking everything, also let us know. So checking your questions right now. When are you going to change PvPs? The randomness is killing us, and it shows. A lot of players stopped PvP. First thing first, when you say a lot of players, I would really like to see some analytics maybe, or what you're making your decision based on, because it's kind of ungrounded for me, and I can't comment on it. When we will change PvP, I think I have answered this question partially, but again, this would greatly help if you help us understand your problem. Randomness, when randomness is part of the game, we can't make it all like predictable. I have seen complaints about the random discipline, but if you think that removing a random discipline will change something, will dramatically increase your win rate, I I think that's not the case, because say you have a cathlete that has a great speed, and you will be choosing sprint all the times for all your duels, but other players who also have cathletes strong in speed will also choose sprint as their discipline. So you will end up competing against players who are guaranteed to have that statistic. Well, to have speed for sprints, and you will be competing in the same. Well, the things will be pretty much the same, so we need some random element. As for laser pen, also one of your greatest pains, as far as I can see, we're considering reducing the range of laser pen. And also, in this regard, let's talk about item sets. We have teased it during the previous stream, I believe, and we continue working on item sets. And in which way? In that way that item sets will have some bonus, will give you some bonus. If your cathlet is wearing a full set, it is eligible, let me say so, to enjoy some advantage in PvP, something like a greater chance to have less uh, less can I say less regarding the laser pen? Well, to have less points deducted by the laser pen, but it won't be 100% advantage all the time. It will be only a chance, but it will be tangible in the long run. So yeah, uh, exclusion for information. The first item set that will be in place is the Lucky Paw set. If you remember, that's the items that drop from Fortune Wheel. If you have such items, you're a lucky one. And if you don't, I think there are still some in the marketplace, but not many of them. So don't waste any time. I think the comments are about why you don't play Isle Clash. No, because it's not required in rank. Yeah, making it a rank requirement sounds easy and an obvious way to make players play it, but it's probably not the best option because it will be kind of obligatory. And from experience, I can say that making something obligatory doesn't make you love it more. So we'll try to find a way to make it, Isle Clash and Isles more valuable and more exciting for you, but without making you play it via rank. Low participation because the rewards are 50-50. Also, islands were a disappointment from the beginning. 2 starts are useless. Okay, I can see your point, but it's a PvP mode. Any PvP mode is 50-50. If it's not 50-50, someone else is paying for your gains, so to say, for this difference. If you make it 40-60, then 10% will be on us. And it might sound like something small or something not worth mentioning, but 10% daily, it's pretty much. And now in duos, if you have been calculating your profits, it's not 50-50, it's I believe 45-49, something like that. And it accumulates to huge amounts daily. thousands of Walkens, and it's all on us. And the, so to say, budget for tokens to be distributed is very limited. If you want PvP to be not 50-50 and something more profitable for you, then we'll have to reduce Cathletic Games pools even further. But even in that case, this probably won't be enough. So the focus now is not making PvP heavily relying on extra funding from our side. It's more about making it more exciting, and also on providing extra rewards for active players. Like I've told you about things to come, those milestone jars and milestone raffle, so to say. Those players who engage in PvP and who give it a try, they are active, they are participating in Walken, and we are happy to reward them. But I'm afraid there is no way to make it profitable for everyone, and it's just a game. So I don't play Isle Clash as I struggle for time, can use a lot of time to play both, so stick to duos. Totally understandable, right? Isle Clash takes a lot of time, and it also takes pretty much resources. Uh, Apart from Misberries, you must have 5 Cathlets, but not any Cathlets will do. I think you've probably tried it already, and you know that there is some method, so to say, to making a team. There are several strategies how to play, and some strategy works better against another strategy. But to be successful and to have a satisfying win rate, you need to be flexible, and to be flexible, you need a lot of Cathlets and a lot of items. So yeah, that's part of the reasons why Isle Clash is not very much popular, because frankly, there are not much players able to afford it, having enough Cathlets, enough clothes, and enough will to give it a try. So that's one part for improvements from our side. We'll be thinking on how to make this mode more appealing and more inclusive, so that more people could join. Yeah, wish us luck. I play Isle Clash, but this mode still has too many bugs. Uh, Please let me know if you're playing it on iPhone or Android, because we're testing it now, and for now it seems like two sides have questions, so to say. And I think that bugs will be uh, eradicated pretty quickly. So thank you for letting us know. If you make the game less RNG and more consistent, you'll have a better game economy. A pretty promising comment, but I would be very grateful to hear more from you. What about fortune wheel change? Will we earn less Walken as it happened every time after change? Well, I can't say anything about earning less or more because I haven't seen the economy yet. But fortune wheel changes have been planned for December, I believe, and we're quite late on implementing them. Sorry. The priority was shifted to Christmas event, so we didn't make it in December. Hopefully, we'll make it this month. Doesn't seem like much work. We already have it designed. Just need to develop it. Reduce the randomness of duos, please. pretty understandable comments, but still need some clarifications. Which part don't you like? Which part do you consider too random? Tiers 3, 4 are empty, trust me. Robert, could you please be more specific which tier 3, 4? Because I myself play in tier 3 League 7 and I can assure you there are pretty many players. I've never had a problem in finding a rival. So, waiting for your comment. The problem is the randomness from laser, random discipline and boost. At least kill the laser. We can't kill the laser because, well, didn't you ever have a game where you actually won because of laser? If you remove the laser, it won't be impossible to win a stronger Catholic. Well, I understand that in the first tier, it's probably not the question because all Catholics are pretty similar. But in greater tiers, well, it has a point. Laser is not always something bad. Let us know where you play. What's the tier? Players are not investing in items and new. Better casts because there is no point to become better because of the randomness. All right, thank you for letting me know. More comments about the laser, we've discussed it, so. The fusion gave me a legendary. Awesome, congrats. That was a really great luck. If things would be the same without the randomness, why have it in the first place? Have I said that things will be the same? If so, that was a mistake. Well, randomness is just part of the game, and we can consider making it less acute and giving you less pain, but to remove completely, I don't think it's a good idea. And it would be a change too dramatic, and it could actually destroy the whole mechanic. Make PvP fights automatically. We have added a speed up button. Is it still not enough automation for you? To implement complete automation, uh, it's not a priority for now because well, any change must have a reason. Like if we are speaking about implementation, something like autoplay button for duos, what problem is there? Saving your time, we have done it already by introducing the speed up button, and to have a autoplay mode is a little bit risky in case of bots and in case of cheating behavior. So for now, surely out of our to-do list. But if you have another problem that I'm not aware of, please comment it. The correct name of the project, Walken or Walken? Not Walken for sure, it's Walken. If only full set will be needed to get bonus, it will only concern higher tiers. Please don't do that and start bonus from 2 items. Well, we can start bonus from one item, but the thing is to have some motivation to develop, because one of the problems I've been hearing about from the community is items losing their value. They are losing their value because no one needs it. And if we like enable bonuses starting from 2 items, no one will need anything above 2 items. So uh, also bonuses from 2 items are pretty much hard to calculate and to make it tangible because we can't just, well, this could be a difference too small to count. And if we have 6 items, it seems like a bit more fairer and more, well, just we're rewarding players who want to develop their character, want to equip them, and it's more just. Don't get me wrong, Julie, I love the Isle Clash. Well, no problem at all. I'm just trying to understand your concern, really. So we're not arguing here, or there is no right or wrong, only discussion. We see that players make more duels than physically possible. Is the use of bots authorized? Well, we have checked those players. I believe I know whom you mean. Those are the guys that have first places on wins leaderboard. If I'm correct, please let me know. We have been watching them, and they really do that many duels. Further investigation is probably needed, and we'll be looking closer on them. But at first sight, they seem pretty normal. Bots are not authorized. All right. I'm reading your comments with a slight delay, so sorry for that. You comment faster than I'm talking. A lot of people are leaving rapidly the game, and the floor price of gas are very low due to all mistakes you made last year and due to losses. What are you going to change this and gain new players again? Thanks for asking. Let's start with one thing like player motivation. I think you know pretty better than me that not all players are here because of the game or because of their love for Walken. Many players have been drawn by possibilities to earn and possibilities to make instant gains, like we've had in the first months of after the release. It was 2022, I suppose, almost 2 years, and from those times, of course, the gameplay has changed, and it has become more difficult to gain tokens, and surely those players who've been interested in greater gains will be leaving. And I personally don't see ways to stop it because maintaining the same level of gains is not possible for now. If you compare Walken to the version of 2022 where the PvE mode was in place and more Cathlets basically meant more gains, and now it's not the case. But going back to previous modes is not possible, and so yeah, unfortunately, it breaks my heart, but we can't stop players from living if they lose interest in Walken. What we can do is focus on providing value and providing um, more exciting gameplay for those who choose to stay, and also on focus on attracting new players. Yeah, that's the reason we developed the queues ecosystem, and that's the reason we actually work on more listings. We enable DEX for token because it's easier to make the token visible for the global community and to let more people know about the project, which potentially attracts new players into the game. And what also needs to be done is making Walken like more understandable and easier for newcomers. Because for now we don't have a tutorial, and things are much more complicated compared to where we were just started. So before we make any major campaign, we need to make sure that Walken is ready for new players to arrive. Right. I think that's but that's it I have to say on that. We need statistics for each cathlet for PvP to understand which is performing well and which is not. Thank you. Thank you, Robert, for your active participation and for another comment. Win rate per cathlet is has been requested for a pretty long time actually, and as far as I know, the thing with it is uh, having to collect, store, and analyze quite a lot of data, which requires efforts and servers from our side. And it, well, it's not for free. It costs some money for us to do it. And it also needs time. And for now, we just can't make several updates at a time. We need to focus on the most important ones to be delivered first and put the rest for later. So cathode win rate is something that sounds great and it's quite obvious to be added, but not a priority now. But it's on our to-do list for some future time. So hopefully one day we'll add it. Was there a lot of effort put into the Christmas event? Well, if you have ever had any relation to product development, to application development, you would know that adding one button requires some effort. This button needs to be designed, this button needs to be developed. We have two platforms and, well, two branches to develop. And it has a new version must be built and it has to be reviewed by the Apple team and to be released. So it takes some time and it takes several people to be involved. So adding one button is not, well, it's not always a one-day deal. So some effort was put into Christmas event and we needed to choose what we'll be doing. Okay. Tier 3 in League 7 is full, that's true. League 8 is almost dead. I usually lose 9 out of 10 because of the laser. Sometimes I win, but I want to win because I'm better, not because of the laser. Well, you have a point here, actually. League 8 seem a little bit less full compared to other leagues. That's because level 14 and 15 are quite expensive and not everyone are willing to go there. And also, not all cathletes are equally good in duos. I think you know that, but some cathletes are just bad for duos. Those are one-stat cathletes. So if you have a cathlete with only one statistics, it will be losing the two remaining disciplines with almost 100% probability, and your win rate will be sad. So yeah, we'll see what we can do about that. Actually, to have more people competing in League 8 means that more people would be willing to level up their cathletes or buy them from the marketplace. Is it right that Russian Stream yesterday announced a new item that deflect laser, a special collection? Not quite. The thing is that the existing collection, if let's go another way. If a cathlet wears full set of Lucky Paw, the items that drop from Fortune Wheel for now, it will have greater chance to, so to say, be protected from laser pen. We haven't finalized it yet, but once we do, we'll publish all the numbers of the percentages on the Gitbook. So Stay tuned. But the first set to be active is the lucky pool. Decrease the burning part of PvE in order to earn more. Too much goes to burn, which is why we'll lose Walken by playing. Sorry if I didn't get it correct, but think like there is a typo in the text. Right. Only 10% goes for burning, which is not a great deal. We still have 80% distributed during each athletic games. But reduction in burning part isn't something we're considering for now. I believe that this is the question for our founders. We'll invite them one day to join us for this for a Ask Me Anything session. So we'll be able to ask them why. But from my part, I can only say that this wasn't part of the discussion. Okay. Any chance we can have bigger berry packs? Also, the option to pay in soul. That's a really nice question. Let let me put it and get back to you. But for now, I can say that it's obvious that current packs need to be revised. There are several packs that are not very popular among players, and we certainly lack some packs that would be nice to have in order to give you some flexibility in stocking up your berries. So yeah, we'll see. But bigger packs will also require a bigger discount, if I understand you correctly. And this is something that needs to be calculated and to be carefully decided on before implementing. But we'll consider it. And also soul purchases. Why there is no control about bots? See example of top winners. 1.5 victory by minute each minute of the week. How can you assure he's not using bot? Uh, this is the second comment about this, so I think we'll need to check it out. Will do. Thank you for letting me know and for attracting our attention. Can the influence of steps in PvP formula be adjusted based on league athleticism in order to keep the same proportion? Well, that's an interesting question, but haven't thought about it actually. Let me see, and if it's possible, please uh, comment, not here, but maybe in Telegram or in Discord. Elaborate on this idea. Just send some calculations you've made showing that the proportion is different in different leagues, and we'll get back to it. Will play to earn mode be back in the game? Otherwise, I'm leaving the game. I cannot stay with the current model. Very sorry to hear that, but don't really understand what is play to earn mode. If you mean the old PvE, then no, unfortunately it won't be back. Sorry to hear that you might make your decision to leave, but that's the truth. The old PvP is not going to be back. Right. Can we have an event where there is a short period of receiving cheaper berries packs? That sounds pretty good for users, I'm sure, but someone needs to be paying for these cheaper berry packs. And we cannot have good athletic games, we cannot have some rewards, ecosystem rewards like daily quests or PvP jars, and also have extra discounts on Misberries at a time. We need to choose, like in life, you have a certain budget and you need to choose what to fit in this budget. If we choose to have extra berry discounts, that then something needs to be reduced. And from what I can see, you're not really anticipating any further reductions. Great. Let's then go back to the comments we've collected from Discord. There is something we haven't touched upon yet. There was a question about James Walken Berry's wallet history. I believe that this change has gone unnoticed a bit because we already have wallet filters. If you open your any wallet, be it Walken or Gem wallet, at the upper right corner, you'll see an icon, filters, and if you press on that icon, you'll be able to filter all your transactions. It's pretty convenient, and we'll make a post, so to say, about it, so that you could discover this feature if you haven't yet. Okay. The next one was sounding like check selling slot status button should be added somewhere in the market section. Right now I have to press sell item, and if it is dressed on a cat, it is being undressed first before I get a message that there is no slot available and the item is going to laundry. Okay, sounds pretty understandable, but the thing is that I can agree that the the way you've described to check available slots is kind of complicated and it takes several tapping and some time to perform. But for now, we have much more important things to develop, and we'll put this suggestion into the to-do list, but I don't have any time estimate when this can be implemented, unfortunately, because this seems to be more about the convenience than the functionality, because you still can check the status of your slots. Yes, the way is not very pleasant and it's quite a long story to do it, but you can do it. But and I think that there are much important things needed to be done, like athletic games, like PvP update, and so on. And when we have these modes completed, we'll be happy to do some minor things like this. I think there should be some fusion for clothing items. Too many items being brought to marketplace and the price is sinking. Right, we have been speaking about item fusion for quite a time, and it's still on the to-do list. We haven't done it yet, but we will. Uh, well, that's pretty it. We will. But for now, I don't have any details about it. So once we have anything, we'll be sharing it. But item fusion will probably come after we have updated athletic games, Isle Clash, and PvP tournaments. And after that, we'll be dealing with item fusion. All right, there are some suggestions about reducing gas fee for the project we have received. Let's talk about them briefly. Uh, First suggestion was to send fortune wheel reward to the pending wallet instead of the wallet. Uh, that's that's quite an obvious one, and let me first say why we're doing it vice versa now and why we're paying some gas fee for each transaction. Uh, when we first introduced the fortune wheel and there were token rewards on them, we made it that way deliberately to send this reward to the main wallet via the blockchain and to have it publicly recorded and publicly available in order to foster transparency and to have some proof that the token rewards are actually sent to the winners, and it can be done only via the blockchain. But for now, maybe you're right. Maybe it's time to reconsider this uh, thing, and I will forward the suggestion to the team, and we'll see if we can do it and to save some Solana on transactions. Thank you for the suggestion. One more suggestion to potentially reduce Solana gas fees that are covered by the project is connected to Misberries. But I think that it needs to be clarified first that you now can purchase Misberries using only tokens from the pending balance. But even if you do so, this transaction is still recorded on the blockchain. So your tokens from the pending balance first are exchanged into a real token on the blockchain, and then Misberry purchase is completed with those tokens and recorded. This is done. This is also done to make a record of all the purchases and to make it publicly available so that anyone can check and make sure that this purchase was completed. And yeah, so it doesn't really matter if you're purchasing Misberries from the wallet directly or using your pending tokens. They are still recorded on the blockchain. And the gas fee for one such transaction is something like 0.4 no 0.0000015. So it's not much, but yes, when there are several transactions, when there are 1,000 transactions, it becomes something bigger, a tangible number, but it's still something quite affordable. And I think that the making this transaction history recorded on the blockchain is much more important than potentially saving some souls on the commission. And also, as you probably, some of you have probably faced an issue when you purchase berries and they don't arrive to your wallet. And in this case, we check the blockchain and if the transaction is there, then you have actually purchased your berries and you get refunded. Not refunded, but you get those berries you actually purchased. Okay. One thing about the push to wallet transaction limits, as you know, so far we have 2,500 Walkens to be pushed as a single transaction once in an hour. And there have been many suggestions to increase the limit or to make it possible to push more often. When we just introduced these pending tokens, by the way, comment if you remember the introduction of the pending tokens or if you have joined the project later when the pending balance was already in place. So when we were introducing the pending tokens, the main objective was to make your assets secure. Let me put this way. Because for like hypothetical security breach in the project that might be discovered, I don't say that there is something, but to be on the safe side, we consider it worth taking the effort and introducing this pending story, just to make sure that some clever guys won't steal everything by finding a way to um, credit, so to say, in some cheating way, pending tokens to their balance. So if you do so, just say some evil guy finds a way and changes his pending wallet balance to 1 million tokens, and what happens next? He can't push them to wallet, and he can't withdraw them to Bybit and to sell and to ruin the token price. Yeah, so we made some limitation, and since that time it was quite a long story, and there has been a lot of change in the gameplay, and now there are players who earn more and who actively engage in PvP and athletic games, and this limit is somewhat of a challenge for them because they would like to push more and they can't. So maybe it's time to review this limitation and to make it possible to push more often. Uh, we'll consider it, and if there is an opportunity, we'll let you know in the announcement channel, and hopefully will make your life a bit easier. Right. Searching specific stats in the marketplace is currently a real pain. You have to check every cat item one by one to check the stats. To make it easier, can you add the stats of the cat's items directly on the main screen of the marketplace? Yeah. Also, one suggestion that we have been receiving for several times already, and we have discussed it, and it is on the to-do list. Actually, we have consulted our designer about this, and according to him, this is not the best idea in terms of UI, because the screen will be overwhelmed, so to say, too many information. It won't be confusing. It might be confusing for users to have it. But if you wish to be so, we can think of something, and we'll probably um, like we'll probably start designing it as soon as we have completed the major updates that are pending for now. So, yeah, this suggestion is certainly at our backlog, and we'll be dealing with it, but a bit later. All right. Getting back to your comments. Possible to burn non-NFTs to a Walken wallet, and Walken uses them as NPCs in duos. Right now, especially in upper leagues, there are almost no players. We have discussed it for this, so to say, issue of not having many players in upper leagues. As for burning not NFTs, there is an article on Medium touching upon it quite in detail. I won't repeat it for now, but what can I say is that adding any feature should be grounded. We need to have some reason behind it. We have to deal with some problem. I can understand your problem is like having not not nice items or cathlets from Fusion or from crafting that you don't want to convert into NFT and to burn on Solana or to send to the marketplace. But that's not something that is a gameplay issue. That's kind of unfair, when you have a birthday cathlet out of Fusion or an epic, for example, item out of crafting. Probably you're more eager to convert it and to keep it. And if you have something not that great, the your sentiment toward it is quite different. So that's understandable from the player perspective, but it's kind of unfair. And, you know, fusion cannot always be profitable and crafting cannot always be profitable, but it's just part of the game, part of the excitement of looking for something great on that box. Going back to the desire to have statistics for each single catholic, could you consider releasing an API, even one that is only accessible via paid subscription? Thanks for the suggestion. The idea is, well, I understand the idea, just don't understand the utility. If you could just provide a case scenario when this API would be useful and for whom it will be useful, because you see, we can do everything. The question is, would it worth it? And would it be better than doing something else at the same time? I see this question continues. So that we can develop our own little program for calculating statistics or allow the creation of third-party apps that can build something useful under a sustainable business mode. Okay, understand you. Let me forward this suggestion to our team and they will review it and I will let you know. Possibly I will comment uh, under this stream to reply to your comments about the decision they made on this. This sounds quite fun and certainly um, nice for players willing to have their statistics. But again, it will require some work from our side and it will, if it won't be for free, the question is, um, will there be someone willing to pay for it? But if there is some suggestion that it's worth discussing it in the team internally. Thanks. Right. I think it's time to wrap up this stream. 1 hour went by like a lightning, and I had a great time. Hope you had it too. Try to answer as many questions as possible, and we'll provide a written recap of this video in case you've missed something or in case my English wasn't perfect for your ears. Yeah, thank you very much for coming and for being active for your discussion. It's always great to have your comments and to have you participating. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it and see you on the next stream. Have a great day and bye.